Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Oh, my hair's funny. Burp, burp. I always get a little sticky down there. It's quiet in here. Where is everybody? Everyone's just bored out of this market again, even though we had a bounce. Let's hit the likes, smash the like button on your way in. And yeah, who do we have in here? We've got Cons, Heroin, Oster, Stickhouse. Let's get 10 likes before Luke arrives. Man, sad times that we can only get 10 likes before a stream starts. I'm looking forward to the days where we can get 100 likes before a stream starts. Maybe when the bull market kicks in and we get some more viewers, or I don't know. What are we doing wrong? Why is there like nobody here? Why do people not watch these streams? Apart from you guys. AZTV, welcome. Carlo, welcome. Glyph, welcome. CryptoX, welcome. And anybody who's watching over on Twitter, do say hello over there. Let's see. Do we have anybody over there? We've got some people watching. Let's open up the live chat there in case there is anybody. How's Twitter looking? Hello. If you're there, say hi. So yeah, it's been another. Well, we had a nice break higher yesterday. And these single prints and the gap that we currently have is holding relatively well, but showing some weakness, similar to what we saw last week, really. Yeah, similar to what we saw last week. On basically, we had these two gaps. Price was ranging between them. Then we eventually broke out, which is what we had more or less anticipated would happen. And now we're just ranging between these two gaps on here. So it is pretty straightforward if we look on this chart, where I am essentially expecting this 62k zone to hold as support. That was what was resistance throughout last week. All right, we've had this 4-hour gap. Once you close through that one, you're on to the next one. Then you create this impulse up, which basically broke us through on that Sunday night. And now we're trading within this range, around about here. So essentially, if we're looking to break up higher, then we'll be good trading into this range. And if we break down through this, we'll be trading into this range. And we're just taking it level by level, nice and simple, able to long sweeps of lows, short sweeps of highs, until we get some kind of confirmation of a breakout that will take us towards higher or lower prices. Glyph, did you long that sweep? I did not. I did not long this sweep of the lows because I was basically having a shower, getting ready for the stream. So I kind of missed it. It was like there, and then I was just watching. I was like, nah. Do I really want to take this as a trade and then have to go into a live stream and then have to manage that? Decided against it, but this would have been a really, really nice trade to take. It is at support. We have seen that we've had these single prints. There it was from the start. And then we sweep them again. And then, similar to yesterday, okay, sweep highs, sweep lows. So, very nice, very nice. And that, of course, is our previous day low. That is our Monday low that has been swept. So, good sign, right? So come down here, there was your Monday low. And then we come over here, and this is the Monday high. So essentially, this is what you can be looking for right now on this chart. As some kind of trade. Boom, boom. But there it is. Could wait for a pullback. Yeah. You know what? This might be worth taking. Let's just see if this starts to happen here. And if it does, then we could have a trade on right now. And then I'll start the video in a little bit. But there could very well be a trade on. I was thinking to do a. I saw a tweet yesterday. Let me bring this up. It was quite funny. Well, it wasn't quite funny, but some like guy noob commented on it, and then I had to correct him. But it was interesting, and it gave me an idea. Where is this? So, yeah, this was the tweet. And I might try it. Because it's either going to be it will either be the most epic thing ever or a complete failure. Most likely a complete failure. But there was this here where it says, yeah, it takes 7 consecutive 2R trades to flip $500 into $1 million. In my journal, my highest win streak is 8. And then, yeah, someone was commenting on it that was wrong, but it is actually right. So basically, if you were to win 7 trades in a row starting with $500 and you risk it all every single time on a 2R trade, so you risk 100% of that account every single trade, within 7 trades you can flip that to over $1 million. It's kind of crazy. So on that first trade you get a 2R, so you get back your initial 500 plus you double the 2R on that, so you go from 500 to 1500, from 1500 to 4500, to 4500 to 13500, 13,500 to 40,500, 40,500 to 121,500, 121,500 to 364,500, then 364,500 to $1,935,000. No, $1,093,500. I was thinking that would be quite a fun, like, challenge that a bunch of us could take. Can we realistically throw $500 into an account, and within 7 trades, maybe we do like 1 trade per live stream as like a community trade or something, and see if we can flip it, risking every single dollar of that every single time. See if that can be flipped into $1 million. It would be pretty crazy. So maybe when night I do it every day. Yeah, I mean, hey, if you're doing that every day, right? Any of you guys who are here doing that every day, click on the link below, sign up under our ref link, give us some of that. Give us some of that fee money. No, yeah, I mean, that would be pretty crazy. It's highly unlikely, of course, that it will play out. And it would be like, imagine that you get to the 7th trade and you're at $364,000 and then you lose it all. I think I'd actually have to just quit forever. Even though I only started with 500, I think just the pain of losing that would just be, oof. And I don't know. I'd probably get to the 7th trade and be like, guys, I just want to cash this out and go on holiday. 500 to $1 million. We could try it. We could try it as like maybe a monthly thing and see if we can ever get it. A seven trade winning streak on a 2R is tough. Yeah, no stop loss. The stop loss is wrecked. essentially. You're risking 100% of the trade, so you'd have to be really, really careful on it. But basically what you could do, like let's say for today, for example, all right, we've got more than a 2R here as a trade setup. So if you're, this would be the thing, like if I was to do this, would you go, right, I'm going to risk this and I'm going to aim for Monday high, but then that's, you position size with that basically being what takes out your $500? Or do you just go for it and go, right, okay, cool, we've swept the lows, we're going to get this 2R here, and then all you need is a bounce to 62,930 in order to get that first trade done. Now fees are going to take that out as well, so you're probably going to need to go for a 2.1 or a 2.2 by the time fees come into it. But look, this is just back testing that 30-minute close. So this would probably have been the trade for today if I was to risk 500. But I'm not. I mean, we may as well try it. But I'd have to think of a way, yeah, to actually to market this and to do this properly. But I'd never even thought of it that way. Risk 100% of your account and you can flip $500 into $1 million probably within one day. You can easily get seven 2R trades in a day. Yeah, easy. But anyway, what if you went more than 2R? Would you be able to do more than that? I think you'd have to be pretty strict on the rules, wouldn't you? You'd have to just close at 2R. Or maybe you try more. Maybe you do go for the big 6R straight off the bat. Just go, poof, I'm going for it. Then what happens? Pratik Campbell, already in this trade according to SFP on the 30 minutes. Thanks, Luke. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, fingers crossed this works out. It's a pretty decent trade. It's a pretty decent trade that we're getting quite early on in the day here. Now, what we do need to be aware of is Monday open, monthly open, quarterly open, weekly open, previous day open, everything open is here at resistance, right? So can you play this a little bit safer and maybe wait for here? Glyph, no, I'm not long. I missed the sweep of the lows, and now I'm just chatting. But it would be one that I would consider for sure here. Either enter in anticipation of this breaking. But the thing is, this is what caught me yesterday. I don't like that we're below monthly open. I don't like that this level is here getting in the way of these trades. So would I feel more confident in then going for something like this if we can break up here? And then essentially you can get your 2R out of that way. You've got more probability that it plays out. So once you clear this impulse down and you're back above that monthly open, do you then try and trade into it? Similar to what we had yesterday, okay? You swept it, it was thinking about it, it was thinking about it, it was thinking about it. And then you eventually flip it and manage to go for those highs again. So would this make a bit more sense? You still never told me why monthly levels are even important, why everyone trades them. I did. I went over this yesterday. I covered this yesterday. So high time frame levels, right? It's the only. So a monthly level, a daily level, a weekly level. They're the levels where you can quantify time as well as the actual price. So if traders are aware that that was fair value for the close of that month, and that's where traders settled up. It's just like a lot of the time it's like self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, people are going to have it marked on their chart, therefore they're going to react to those levels because there's just such easy levels to mark, and they end up playing out very, very often, especially on altcoins. They just always are reactive levels because people have them on their charts. The market is aware of them. Algos will be aware of them. Okay. If you've got a computer program running and you've got an algo running, you'll have it programmed in. When was your daily close? When was your weekly close? When was your monthly close? When was the quarterly close? When was the yearly close? And there'll just be reactions to those levels when price comes into them. Do you know what's going to happen to Mika? Will USD stop being the collateral of the perpetual? I do not know. I get this question like most streams. I do not know. The only thing I do know is, one, it's not really much. It's guidance rather than regulation at this stage. There is a potential for it to become regulation by December. So from what I've read, exchanges must show that they are starting to comply with the guidance over the summer, and then they're going to review in December, and that's when regulation can come into effect. For now, it's only guidance. So we may see that some exchanges decide, you know what, we're going to gradually phase out USDT and we're going to replace that with USDC by December, which I think is probably the most likely scenario. Basically because we covered this in a trading room last week, actually. And it makes sense to me that USDC becomes the standard anyway. Like, it's Coinbase that backs it, which is much bigger than Bitfinex, right? They have a lot more money, and they can prove, and they are audited by the US. And if we're going to have a US dollar backed stablecoin, then would it not make sense for it to be a US company that is supplying that stablecoin? I think overall, in the long run, USDC will become the standard, and that will essentially become, take what USDT is currently doing. So I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's going to be like a gradual phasing out. Yeah, Binance introduced their own. Yeah, their little dollar credits or whatever it is. I can't trade Binance, so I don't care. But yeah, Blue Raincoat. But till then, we are cursed with these wasteland USDC order books. Yes, and it will be a gradual shift. All right. The problem we have with Binance, with them doing their BNFCR thing or whatever that thing is that's going to fragment again further the order books. We need to see where the market makers are. I doubt market makers will trade US dollar credits or whatever these stupid Binance things are. I'd imagine that's a regulation that's being put on Binance by America as well, probably, right? They're being told, right, I don't know. Yeah, like this stream, motherfuckers. It's not even $1. I don't even know what it is. I've not looked. I can't trade on Binance, so I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what it is. It's like 1.9. What? That's crazy. So what are these things? Are they here? And are they on Binance US, or is it like just on Binance International? What are they? I don't know. Completely made up. It's so weird. Unified margin. Right. Okay. I'll look into it sometime and maybe comment on it. Anyway, let's get back to the show, and we can start to take a look on here. There's something I'm going to start introducing probably from tomorrow's stream. I don't know if anyone noticed it when I started, but I've got this new Notion template. I've been filling this out recently. I'm going to start filling this out on streams, sharing it for everyone in the crew, possibly on Twitter and X, and making some nice little graphics and stuff and going over that and just making things a little bit more structured. So I'm trying to improve these streams as we go along. Obviously, these morning streams, I'm rolling with them. We're giving them a go, and yeah, hopefully we can just keep improving. So if anyone has any suggestions of what they'd like to see on these morning streams, what kind of content and everything, then please let me know. The time zone sucks to trade in Australia, but at least we can trade on any and all exchanges here. Yeah. I mean, I'd actually think the time zone would be kind of nice in Australia. I'd like the daily open as a time to trade. I'm going to be in, so, I mean, after September, like, I'm going to be in Asia time zone. So I don't know if I'll be able to carry on with these morning streams. Maybe I'll start streaming the daily open, which would be kind of crazy because that will be my morning. I'm out of the UK. I'm done. Over. Getting out of here. Going to Asia. Better way of life. And yeah, then we'll have to maybe adjust the schedule a little bit again. But man, I'm looking forward to that. Like, honestly, London's just killing me. Killing me. It's so depressing around here. Sucks. Come to India. Maybe one day. India's, like, I have to be honest, India's not on the top of my list of places to go. I'm sure there's, I've been to Sri Lanka before, and that was amazing. And I think there are some places in India that I'd really like to go to. But yeah, it's not top of my list for places. I don't want to go busy. Like, I've been living in London for 15 years. I want to go somewhere that's a bit more chill. So, yeah. I'm not going to Dubai again. I want to go somewhere that's a bit more chill. I'm going to be going to, I know it sounds like it's not chill, but I'm going to start off in Bali, probably, and spend a bit of time over there. And then I'll probably go, I want to have like some chill and some fun. So it's a combination of the two, but I'll find somewhere that's a little bit quieter. I'm going to go to Singapore as well. So I see that. Bradley, I am going to come to Singapore, so that will be in September. Then I'm going to go to Thailand for a bit and chill out over there. And then maybe do like Vietnam, Malaysia, all of those kind of places. And I'm going to do this over the winter, so I'm going to do like Southeast Asia over the winter, work and travel at the same time. Philippines as well, that's on my list. And then hopefully from next spring, if everything's going well and if I'm able to, like, if I can properly, because I will be working from laptop again, if I can like do that and everything's good and the traveling thing is working, I'll either find a base and I may be like, you know what, I'm just going to stay in Bali and then I'll travel from there, because it's so easy to get to places in Asia. Like, I was looking at flights, and to get a flight from like Bali to Singapore is like $30. It's so cheap. And I think if I was just to base myself somewhere and then have a setup like this, then I'll probably do that. If not, then I think next spring I'm going to do Japan, Thailand, Japan, Korea, China, and do that. So whimsy trades, man. I've got to get consistently profitable so I can move to Bali. Seriously, I mean, you don't even need to be profitable to move to Bali. It seems it's so. I've been living in London. I've been surviving London. I basically live in the most expensive place in London, and London being the most expensive place in the world, apart from New York. So I have wrecked myself this year with the expenses that I have. And just like going traveling and it's kind of crazy. Traveling the world is going to be like a fraction of the cost of what I'm spending now just to live in this shithole. Maverick would not recommend Bali. Go to some of the less. So I'd like to do like Lombok as well. I'd like to do Sumatra, Cambodia, Vietnam. All of those places. All of those places. Still need dollars. I know, but I can trade with less. Londoners seem to never be able to leave for a neighbouring town or city. Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm in the UK, then I've got to be in London because the rest of the UK kind of sucks as well. I just, like, I hate this country. Honestly, I cannot stand living here. I'm living here because I got ties here, and once they're done, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Malaysia, yeah. Harakar roads are good. Anyway, right. We better get into the actual before all the viewers leave. Everyone's here for TA, right? We're not talking about traveling and life. I know this is nice. This is the most active I've seen the chat in weeks. Everyone talks when we're talking about non-trading related stuff. And as soon as we get into trading, when we make it seriously, everyone's just like, I'm not going to talk anymore. Maybe I should just become a general streamer. We'll just forget trading altogether, and we'll just chat shit. Luke is being careful in case the missus hears him say he wants to leave. I don't have a missus anymore. That's why I'm leaving. I can leave now. I don't have that anymore. Travel vlogs. Yeah, I'll be the new Kurt Kaz. Time for an Asian wife, sir. Well, maybe. Anyway, we shall get into this. Let me get some water. We'll continue. Nico, Croatian women are beautiful. I mean, many types of women are, yes. They can't miss, but people from abroad say they're hard to get. Yeah, I'll be fine. It's yeah. Right. Let's stop the music and oh my god, I keep seeing the chat and I keep wanting to discuss this. Yeah, Glyph, I kind of agree with you. I do kind of agree with you there. It's kind of crazy, right? Like yeah. Glyph, I agree. I'm not going to go into that. Right. Stop music. And we will go into the TA. So zoom out and we'll start over here. Don't start chat. Stop. I need to concentrate on this. But again, Kevin, I agree. Righty-ho. So 10:02. We're good. And it is the second. Hello traders, welcome to today's Bitcoin trading update. It is Tuesday, the 2nd of July, 2024. Yeah, Bitcoin's been pretty quiet. after this breakout that we had yesterday, we have just been trading within a range here. So if we do have a look at the range, I'm going to keep this stuff on my chart. I know it makes it a little bit messy when we're doing these zoomed out views, but where we are within this range, holding back inside the value area low of our range. So of course, last week we did have that breakdown. All right, we got that consolidation outside the value area. We have since then broken back into value area. And as long as this can continue to hold, then we are looking for that move back up, that kind of mean reversion trade. Okay, we had a very long, bloody, nasty move down over the past few weeks. And just to come back with imbalance here, we are at a high volume node. Okay, this was a point of control previously. If we do have a look at where our developing POC was, it was down here at some stage. Okay, that's where we're rejecting from. There is volume here. So we're going to need a bit of volume to push through it in the same way that we needed a bit of volume to push through the levels that we had last week, okay? But if we can do that, then I think a move back up to the POC is still something that I myself am looking for within this range as a whole. So looking for longs around those range lows, back into the point of control, even if that does then lead to another move back down again here, that is from the range perspective and on the daily time frame is more so what I'm looking at this stage. However, it is kind of 50-50. If we go down to the 4 hour, we can see that we are still in this downtrend on the 4 hour here, with there just basically being all the way since the 7th of June, so almost a month now, we've been in this just complete downtrend without any breaks of this in any way, where we have a high, low, high, low, high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. That was the expansive move that we saw to the downside. This was all just very much a slow grind, slow grind, slow grind. Then we had that expansive move to the downside where you broke away from where this basically fair value was, where we had this trend, broke outside of that. And now we're seeing this almost acting as like a bump, and now we're looking to run back in the other direction here. However, we are still at this stage, with this being here, the high that then took out the low, we are still below that at this stage, forming another lower high that could lead us to another expansive move to the downside. However, on the positive here, we have slowed that momentum. So once you get that expansive move, it is natural to expect a reversion back into where we have some fair value within this. And as we've seen on the range and within all of this, this is leading us to an expectation that we can see a move back up towards that 66 to 67K area here. Now, it is actually pretty straightforward when you zoom in a little bit more and you just take things level to level here. Is that we're using these 4 hour gaps basically as just stepping stones for where price is. So once you come into one of these 4 hour gaps where we have imbalance on the chart, we are looking at that as areas to take short. So anything that is above, we are looking at those as zones to take shorts. Anything that is below, they are zones in which to take longs. So what we saw last week was we had this range that formed between a monthly level, and there were single prints down here as well, between the monthly level and this 4 hour gap. All right, where we have that expansive move down, you have an impulse down, showing that it's sellers that were taking the initiative. Sellers still in control here, forcing price lower, but unable to break below that low that we put in on the Monday. And then once you break through it, it goes to the next level very, very quickly. Okay, you get that impulse through over a weekend, which is something that we had spoken about. So I did a tweet on this last week saying that I was expecting this to remain range bound for the remainder of the week, and then to break through it on the Sunday or over the weekend when books are thinner, when it's easier to do these moves. I think it's probably a similar situation this week. Maybe even we could be expecting a move like on Thursday, because that essentially is like weekend price action, with it being a bank holiday in America. So that could be something interesting to be aware of if we are going to see a break out either above or below this current range. Then maybe we're looking at Thursday as being that where we have those thinner books and it's easier to push price through areas of high volume, which is what we have here. Just a little thought off the top of my head there. But yeah, we're just taking it level to level. So As long as this zone here, you can see where we break through, you impulse through that, you create another gap where there's imbalance. And so far on 2 occasions, okay, we swept into those single prints yesterday, had a move which then took the highs. And then this morning, okay, we have had this move to take out the Monday lows. And that does give us a nice trade setup here, where essentially you've taken out the Monday lows, you've had that swing failure pattern of there, and that gives you a trade searching for those Monday highs. So you've got a decent 6-hour trade here right at the start of the day. Now, what I would like to see as more confirmation essentially is to flip that monthly open back into support, start to hold, and then we can have a higher probability that this is going to play out, and we're going to be looking for a move back up, just like I say, trading level to level, using this as your area of support, using this as your area of resistance, okay, and taking it from there. Now, if we are to break any higher than this, let's say if we go to Monday high, and we start to close candles above that 63,900, 64K area, then I do believe we can see a very quick move to take out these weekend poor highs that we have from back at the end of June, that Saturday and Sunday, 22nd to 23rd of June, where we have 2 poor highs, equal highs over here. And that is where I have another alert. That is where our nearest essentially liquidity above us is at this stage. You can see that we've had this bounce, we've taken out these highs, you've got these little internal highs here, but where we have significant liquidity is up there at 64,500. That would be the next level. And then what we would essentially be looking for is to take those and then to probably, like we're seeing now, start to trade within a range where we have, again, imbalance. You trade from balance to imbalance. All right, we are creating an area of balance between 2 areas of imbalance, and then that's likely what we would see again, and you continue to step it up in that kind of manner. Now, if we were to lose this area, then that takes you down to, once again, we've found balance here, and if we were to lose that, then for me, that likely leads to a move back down to 61K, where you have some equal lows down here, okay, and then you've got this area of single prints here. 61 to 61,200 would be the next level below. So I am still, for myself, taking it level to level, looking at each of these gaps on the chart, each of these areas of imbalance to take trades from, and then targeting liquidity from there, essentially. Now, if we have a look at, we do have some additional confluence here. With some of these levels above, I believe if I turn my VWAPs on, then quite interesting because of course we do have a new weekly, monthly and quarterly VWAP. Now our previous quarterly VWAP is really interesting. So if we are to break higher and we go towards this 65,500 area where I think we could put in another range up here, then you do have that previous quarterly VWAP close up here, which these VWAP closes often acting as nice levels in which to get a reaction from. And then if we look at the monthly, there is that monthly one just above, okay. And of course, we have seen previously that the yearly VWAP acting as support on a couple of occasions. So that quarterly VWAP close, something that I'm aware of, which is just sat at 65,500 at the moment, with the monthly just above and so on. There's also the weekly, a naked weekly VWAP close just below that point. So very interesting there on the VWAPs. And that gives you, again, more confluence around this next level that we have here. Anything else from this chart that we want to be looking at? I don't think there is. For me, it's just very kind of straightforward and simple. Looking at the market structure, looking at where there's balance, looking at where there's imbalance. So you're just taking these gaps, taking these points of control, and just finding the levels from there and just using them as little steps in which to move higher. So if we break through here, we likely trade within here. If you break through here, then we're into the point of control, maybe that acts as support. And then from that point onwards, there's not really any imbalance. You'd be looking to trade through and squeeze shorts at that stage afterwards. So any break above 67 would be considered very bullish. Because you're essentially going towards all-time highs, I think, again at that stage. So I think that's unlikely, but a move towards 67, I do believe that we can still see. Some other things to be aware of, I think, on here is the CME gap. So once again, when I did this tweet last week, and I can bring it up, let me try and find it quickly. I posted this yesterday. It's just over here. Let's bring it up on the screen. I have my little. There we go. So this was essentially what we were looking for. Was that quiet Thursday, Friday, holding monthly level, but staying outside of range rally area low. That's what happened. Weekend pump to take out Monday highs, give people a CME gap to temp shorts, and then potentially squeeze 267k here. So this is what we've seen so far, and as we can see here, we do have that CME gap. People are talking about that, especially as we start to get this move down. Are we going to see people starting to short into support, expecting this CME gap to be filled, and then it doesn't? Quite often when we do see these reversals in trend, they do coincide with gaps as well. When you get these like little breakouts, they do quite often coincide with gaps, especially when you're at an extreme in sentiment. Okay, these do quite often happen, but something else to be aware of. And again, that gives us those levels lower down if we are to start to break down from this area. But whilst it's still acting as support, then you still just need to be looking for longs from this very zone we're in with these single prints here. When we go over to this chart, then ETFs were pretty flat again yesterday. Have I refreshed that? I'm not sure if I have. Yeah, I had refreshed it. So it had some inflows yesterday. That's natural. Okay, we had a move up. News today is pretty much like we do have a couple of news events to be aware of. I should have done this at the beginning of the video. This is why I'm going to bring out my Notion template soon, because news gets done at the beginning often. But yeah, we do have some news today where we do have Powell speaking at the ECB conference or something like that, and we do have job openings later on. Then we've got unemployment and some FOMC minutes tomorrow. Then of course it is bank holiday on Thursday. And then we've got what would usually happen on a Thursday with your unemployment rates and everything, those being shifted to the Wednesday and the Friday here because of that bank holiday on Thursday. So yeah, very interesting. You've got parliamentary elections in the UK on 4th of July also. So that could be a potential market mover for the markets that are open, with some quite significant stuff happening here in the UK. And also it being where we have lower liquidity there from the US. Now, looking at this, is there anything to really note on the CVD this morning? We've made a new lower low, so that's not really going to be, well, not a lower low. I mean, we've swept lows. Nothing too interesting here. Okay, CVD just following price, essentially. We have seen that with both spot and perps, we are getting those divergences here where price has taken out the low, but we're not really seeing that it's an aggressive move in any way. It's still holding quite well, and that could lead us to the expectation that we still see higher prices here. If we go over onto this chart, oh my god, why does everything go like that? I'm just going to leave that chart and leave the other one. We know that there's a spot premium, and we know also that open interest right now within this range is relatively flat. From the TPO, and we'll just load this one up here, we can see once again here, Monday lows having been swept, and then we have our Monday highs. Over here, there is an NPOC, so you do have this weekend point of control. There is the volume and time point of control there at 61,600 from the Sunday. And there is then, if you combine these 2 days together, then it does give you a 61k basically weekend NPOC. So that is something to be aware of. Now, of course, if we go back and look at our main chart, then 61k here is the next area that we do have marked as being like significant support here. So if this does break down and we do lose the single prints, then 61k is what we're looking for. Otherwise, right, keep trading this range and expect higher prices is what I'm saying. So we're looking at this as support, looking to take Monday highs. If we can close above Monday highs, expect higher prices, and that gives us the target of those weekend highs from the 22nd and 23rd of June, and the 65,500 where we've got some areas of confluence there. So yeah, I'm just going to wrap it up there. That's everything I really have to say. If there's any questions, if there's anything you want to know, please comment below. Like, subscribe if you've not done so already. I'm going to continue on with the stream. Remember, I do these videos as part of a live stream every single morning. So if you want to ask further questions after this video, then make sure you're just watching it live, and then I can cover everything afterwards. So thanks for watching. I will see you again very soon tomorrow. And yeah, have a great day. Cheers. Bye-bye. Cool. Chat's still talking about traveling. Well, hey, look, at least chat's very active. What's going on? Are people talking on Twitter, on X as well? I've closed that. I've closed the stream down there. Let's see. Anyone talking there? No. Nobody talking over there. Let's get straight into the upload of this video as well, just so I can get that done very quickly. Upload video. $15. That's not too bad for this morning. Reuse details. Upload this. I need some new thumbnails. I'm just going to use a standard old thumbnail again. And upload it over here. Audience, no, it's not made for kids. Yes, it is fine for that. Ad suitability is all good. And next. Upload. I'm just going to hit publish now. It's going to be poor quality, but it gets it done. And then we go over onto X and upload it there. Cool. Right. Back to the chat. Is this working? 2024. Yeah. It's weird, right? The record button, there's a bit of a delay. 2024. Yeah, Bitcoin's been pretty quiet. I need to check when I press record. I need to give it a couple of seconds because there seems to be a delay now when I do it when it's live, and it cuts off like the first few seconds. So it always misses like, hello traders, but never mind. Hasta la vista, Barbie. Thanks, Luke Master. You are very welcome. Very welcome. Right, I'm going to sit. Hey, we're going to the more chill part of the stream. Whoa. No, down desk. Ugh. Cool. There we go. Yeah, you guys have just been chatting about where to go. not looking at the video, not watching, not paying attention. That's all good. I'm just reading the chat. I'm just interested in what you guys are saying on the chat. Let's post the Bitcoin market update onto X. Oh, let's make myself comfortable. Nico, some of us are here in the crew just to support you for likes and not much else. Oh, very well. At least you're here. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's great. I do appreciate for those of you who turn up every single day. Like, it's great. It's great. I massively appreciate everybody who is here. Even if you don't like the videos, just being here. Just being here is enough. And participating. But I would appreciate you more if you did like the videos, and if you did share the videos, and you did all those kind of things. Because we need to get more viewers. That's where we've always struggled. I don't know why. I don't know why we've always struggled with getting that many viewers. It's very sad. All right. Anything else that we want to look at? Or are we just going to talk about traveling again? At least we're out of that little phase of the stream. Let's talk about ZRO, right? Hey, look at this beast. Should give 2 setups per stream. Oh, spread. Yeah, I mean, this is something I've been trying to do. So I did this yesterday. Did anyone... I don't even think anybody commented when I did the... No, like... All right, one person commented, Christopher. Ondo H4. This is okay. You just need to stream of price pumps and then you get more videos. I know. Whenever there's like last week when it was dumping that Monday, I think we had about 180 viewers on that day, and then today it's like down to like 60. So when the market's quiet, just no one bothers watching anything. It's like people only trade or only... I don't even think it's like that many people that trade. They're just like, oh, what's happening to my bags? People are panicking or people are like really excited and they want to know what to do. Whereas like day trading, there's very few people that really do that. So it becomes more of just a case of people watch and like maybe they're interested in watching it. And what we have is quite good because we have a good community of people that do day trade. But there's not that many of us that do it. And even for me, like I'm not day trading as much as I used to. I'm not really trading actively so much right now. And like, especially like even on the NASDAQ, I used to trade the NASDAQ a lot, and I haven't traded the NASDAQ for a few weeks now, so a couple of weeks. Just trying to focus on content and stuff, and just have a nice summer. It's just important to touch grass, have a nice summer, do those kind of things. Anyway, yeah, what else do you want to cover today? Post screenshots with high leverage trades. Hey, we did that. This is why I mean, when there's not a whole lot of opportunity out there, I think it's difficult. But of course, this ZRO trade has been the one that's been flying recently, and I'm very, very bullish on this still. So that was the one that I shared, I guess, most recently. So if anyone's been following on the Twitter and everything, then we did have a very nice trade on that, and it's still moving higher, which is awesome. But yeah, I'll do some charting, have a look at some other stuff. Let's put on some music again. Joe McDonald, hello, here from the UK, considering joining you as I like your approach to trading. Thank you. Thank you. What's the noise in the background? Oh, it's just the music. But it's like footsteps and stuff. Weird. Yeah, I mean, so for anyone who is new here, then if